Welcome to Wavescan, the international DX program from Adventist World Radio. Researched and written in Indianapolis by Dr. Adrian Peterson and produced in the studios of WRMI Shortwave in Okeechobee, Florida. I'm Jeff White. This is Wavescan edition NWS 436. Today on Wavescan, the world's largest QSO, a booklet from South America. We'll talk about the annual publication World Radio TV Handbook, more from the NASB annual meeting in Simi Valley, California, our Japan DX report, and our QSL of the week, the world's largest QSL. Back in the year 1998, the Wavescan DX contest for that year was a search for the world's largest QSL card, and several hundred entries were received from all around the world. The largest QSL that was revealed at that time was actually a set of 12 cards that showed a complete panoramic photograph of the city of Quito when placed side by side. Here's Ray Robinson with the booklet from South America.
Thanks, Jeff. This series of 12 QSL cards was issued by the well-known gospel shop station HDJB in Quito, Ecuador in 1996. As a complete panoramic picture, the total area of all 12 cards measures 260 square inches, or 1.8 square feet. However, in more recent times, we've acquired an old QSL booklet from another radio station in South America. The front cover of this booklet contains the QSL text in both English and Spanish, and the entire booklet was sent out as a QSL in response to listener reception reports. The total booklet, with its 16 pages, renders a total of 881.25 square inches, or a total of 6.25 square feet. And that's more than 3 times larger than the previously known largest QSL set from HDJB. This fascinating QSL booklet was issued by a shortwave station in Caracas, Venezuela. Apparently, the station was well heard over quite a wide area, as the booklet is dated in May 1933 as the second edition. Interestingly, this radio station is the oldest surviving radio broadcasting station in Venezuela, and will be celebrating its 87th anniversary this year. This is the story. It was on Tuesday, December the 9th, 1930, that a new medium wave station in Caracas, Venezuela made a test broadcast in order to give coverage to a goodwill gesture from the United States. The event took place on the plaza in front of the National Theatre in Caracas, and it was the unveiling and dedication of a statue honoring Henry Clay, a prominent United States politician. There was another test broadcast on the next day, and on that occasion, the Naval Brass Band from the USS Northampton was playing at the La Guaira Country Club, which was located in the port city of La Guaira, 20 miles distant from Caracas. On the third day, now Thursday, December the 11th, 1930, this new commercial radio broadcasting station was officially inaugurated in a series of special events at the Almacén Americano building in the central downtown area of Caracas. The studios for this new radio broadcasting station were located on the second floor of the Almacén building, and the antenna masts were on the roof of the building. This new radio broadcasting station was granted the call sign YV1BC, with the first 2 letters YV indicating Venezuela, the number 1 indicating that it was the first radio broadcasting station in the entire country of Venezuela, and the BC standing for Broadcasting Company. The medium wave transmitter was a 100-watt unit from RCA in the United States. This new radio broadcasting venture was so successful that plans were soon laid for increasing its major coverage area. A new 5-kilowatt RCA transmitter was imported and installed in a new transmitter building on top of a nearby mountain, 4.5 miles as the crow flies from the studios in central Caracas. The new transmitter site was at an altitude of 3,930 feet above sea level. The 2 antenna towers were 490 feet apart. They stood at a height of 200 feet. They supported a T-type center-fed antenna, and the Caribbean Sea was visible just 5.5 miles distant. The power supply for this new medium-wave mountaintop radio station came from their own generator, and the operating frequency was 960 kilohertz in the standard medium-wave band. It was presumed that the shortwave counterpart of medium-wave YV1BC was also installed in the same mountaintop transmitter building. The shortwave unit, presumably also of RCA manufacture, operated at 200 watts on 6112 kilohertz or 11695 kilohertz, according to scheduling requirements. Soon after the inauguration of the new radio station on the mountaintop, a new call sign was adopted. The original station, YV1BC, was in reality not the first radio broadcasting station in Venezuela. There had been an earlier government station, WRMI, which was inaugurated 4 years earlier. However, due to the political events at the time, the station was closed after just 2 years of broadcast service. So the new call sign for the mountaintop station became YV2RC, with the YV indicating Venezuela, the number 2 indicating in reality the second station in the country, and the letters RC indicating Radio Caracas, their new on-air slogan. It seems that a new shortwave transmitter was installed in the mid-1930s, and 5800 kilohertz became their preferred shortwave channel. At that stage, another new call sign was allotted to the station, this time YV5RC. Then in the mid-1940s, a 7.5 kilowatt shortwave transmitter was installed under a similar call sign, YV5RN. However, that was changed again some 5 years later to YV5KR. In 1951, the amateur-style call signs for both medium-wave and shortwave were abandoned, and a standardized system of just 4 letters, beginning with a country prefix YV, was introduced. At that stage, the by then 10 kilowatt medium-wave transmitter, now on 750 kilohertz, became YVKS, and the 7.5 kilowatt shortwave transmitter, now on 4928 kilohertz, became YVKR. Shortwave was dropped in the late 1970s, at the same time as medium wave on 750 kilohertz was boosted to 100 kilowatts. So that was a station profile of the oldest continuous radio broadcasting station in Venezuela, which was also the station that issued the world's largest QSL 3/4 of a century ago. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Ray Robinson from KVOH in California. In the 2017 edition of the world-famous World Radio TV Handbook, its 71st is, as always, a superb compendium of up-to-date and interesting information. This report contains 672 pages, and it presents the latest information on the radio scene in each of the countries of our world in a concise and easy-to-find style. Not only are all of the medium-wave and shortwave stations in each country listed, but also most of the FM stations are listed as well. Several feature articles present stories about radio stations and receivers. The mighty KBC on both medium wave and shortwave in Europe is presented, as is also the story of the CBC shortwave station, CKZN, one of Canada's few surviving shortwave stations. The Pacific Radio Adventure tells the story of Australia's Robert Shepherd and his radio expedition from South America to the islands of the South Pacific. The latest on radio receivers and receiving antennas is also presented in this year's edition of the World Radio TV Handbook. In addition, there's also a colorful history of the 71 years of annual publications of the WRTVH itself, sometimes called the WRTVBH, going right back to the beginning. In the station listings, for example, you will find the following interesting information. 5 low-power cloudy shortwave stations in Australia, 2,000 medium-wave stations in Brazil, 200 local shortwave stations in China, the lone medium-wave station on Christmas Island in the Indian Ocean. The Cook Islands also have only 1 medium-wave station. Only FM stations are listed for Easter Island. There's still 2 long-wave stations on the air in Iceland. One of the very few advertisements on the pages of station listings shows the Italian language DX program, Obiettivo Deucis, on AWR, Sundays, 11 a.m. Central European Time, 9610 kilohertz. 9 pages of listings for all of the clandestine radio stations around the world, and lots of other items of real radio interest. And, of course, you can obtain the World Radio TV Handbook from many sources, as well as the World Radio TV Handbook itself. It's available on Amazon.com, and Universal Radio in the United States, and many other sources. We have our copy right here at WRMI in the Chubby, which we refer to quite frequently. And today we have the final part of the conversation with Jerry Plummer of WWCR and Ray Robinson of KVOH, which we recorded at the recent annual meeting of the National Association of Shortwave Broadcasters, NASB, in Simi Valley, California, Los Angeles. Another item of common interest that was talked about was the situation with many stations, I think probably most shortwave stations out there, HF engineers are dying of greed, literally, and the idea is who is going to pick up this task, because a lot of young people are not interested in HF broadcast. They don't know what shortwave is or something. And so the question was asked, how do we get interest among young people in working at and learning how to keep all the shortwave stations operating?
It's a problem that everybody has. I think at KVOH, your engineer that we spoke to, he's a younger sort of guy. Vis-a-vis some of the engineers, Mr. Schaffman.
Yeah, Jim, he's not that young. He is in his 60s.
That's young for shortwave engineers.
The shortwave engineers, right?
He served in Vietnam when it was not a good place to be. So, you know,
So there is a need for young engineers, and you're going to work on a little project on this right now.
One of the things that I and Charles Call will work together on is with some of my university connections, we may be able to establish or try to establish some sort of what the universities like to call internships, where the student, engineering student, would get credit for hours, college credit. We might be able to find and show worker, young guys like this, that this is the kind of job that you could have really for the rest of your life if you wanted that. We're hoping that may work. I'll work on that this summer in Charles with one university. And Charles Paul from World Christian has agreed to work with me with another university. So we're hoping that possibly this fall we may be able to come out maybe with some initial internships that we can try to see if this may have some appeal. I could see where it would be a selling point to young guys to come out and work at KVOH for the summer and spend the summer in Los Angeles. And maybe some of the activities that go along with your Harris Frenchman.
Yeah. I think the overriding theme that I got out of this year's conference was the enthusiasm and the strength of feeling amongst the broadcasters, the commitment to the continuing technology, that people felt that shortwave really was still a very viable medium, that it was worth investing in, particularly with the WRMI situation, with the soon availability of receivers. The future is looking very bright, and I think the concept of getting people interested in the engineering side and wanting to take that on as a career and finding a path for them to do that is very important. I think when Dal Chow, the president of Adventist World Radio, made his presentation, past president, he's now retired, but he made the comment that I think 52% of the world's population currently have access to the internet, which means 48% don't. And of the 52% that do have access, it doesn't actually mean that they have the internet, just that they have the ability to have the internet. So, you know, there is a lot of dependence in many parts of this world still on shortwave reception. It's why governments in third world countries use shortwave to reach their own population. You know, shortwave as a medium still has a lot of life left in it. FM transmission is obviously a high quality but very limited in range. AM, medium wave, not quite such good quality, but the coverage is better. It goes maybe 3 or 4 times as far as an FM signal. But shortwave can go for thousands and thousands of miles, and you can cover huge amounts of territory. So for those people wanting to reach rural populations in particular, shortwave is still a long drive ahead of it.
And Delshell also mentioned that they have a program. Their big station, shortwave station, is in Guam, KSDA, and he said they were bringing out student interns from.
He said they're coming from the US, but they pay their own way to get out there. They pay, and if they stay, I forget whether he said it was a year or 2 years, then they get reimbursed. But if they leave sooner, well, then that's their expense. They have a nice vacation.
So while they're there, they have housing, they have vehicle, and they learn about shortwave engineering.
Maybe a way that we can attract some more younger guys into that. I know we would certainly be willing to take on interns like that. Maybe to probably you guys, Ray, and I know that Jeff would.
And I believe there are currently 3 shortwave stations under construction in the United States. We have KJS, New Mexico. There's KINS, which is under construction in Nevada. And then there's a guy in New Jersey who's just got a construction permit for a DRM station broadcasting shortwave to Europe. So, shortwave has a new vitality in that respect. Really broadcast.
You mentioned Vietnam a moment ago. Vietnam was also on the agenda here at the meeting because at the Simi Valley Town Center, where the studios are, is a place, very interesting place called the Studio Movie Club.
Studio Movie Club. The concept is very nice in that they have a number of theatres there, movie theatres, relatively small, but very plush seating, maybe 80 to 120 people in a theatre, something like that. But fitted out with little tables that you can be served, that you sit in the theatre, they come and take your order, they bring the food, and you eat a meal while you're watching the movie. That's what we did. We had a fun evening.
And we watched the movie, Good Morning Vietnam.
I think they've got a good business model. They also happen to be sponsors of our KWSV 99.1 Ranch FM station. So we were able to reserve the movie theatre there for the NASD attendees. But it's a good business. I don't know if there are any more of them elsewhere in the country, but it seems like it's a good idea.
Yes, I think our first NASD meeting on the West Coast has been a big success. And next year it will be in Elkhart, Indiana, at a place called Sunset Solutions, which some people may know because previously it was the HCJB Global Technology Center, where they built several shortwave transmitters for HCJB and other stations.
And they still do build shortwave transmitters, low power ones, something like 1,000 watts or something like that, but they do still build shortwave transmitters there today.
We had one there several years ago, I think before my time, I believe, 2006 or 7 or
something like that, yeah. And this will be the second time.
I think everybody's looking forward to that. If it turns out as well as this one did this year, it'd be a very good thing. This one this year, again, you guys did an extremely good job as host steward. Please do that. It was good from start to finish, don't you think, Jeff?
Absolutely. Great success. Well, thanks, guys, and we'll talk to you again maybe at the HSCC meeting in Cape Town before long in 2 months. And that was the final part of our wrap-up of the NASB 2017 annual meeting in Simi Valley, California. But Ray Robinson and Jerry Plummer will be joining me in the coming weeks with some interviews we recorded with some of the NASB meeting participants. So stay tuned for more from the NASB on coming editions of Wavescan. Now let's go to Japan. Here's Yukiko Chiji with her DX report for July.
Hello and welcome to the DX report of the month from the Japan Shortwave Club, edited by Toshi Otake, and I'm Yukiko Tsuji. One of our members, Mr. Nishiguchi, had a very interesting DX station at the Chikura, Minami Boso City in Chiba Prefecture, facing Pacific Ocean. Here are some of his loggings. 4 4KQ from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia was received on 693 kilohertz on May 27th from 1758 to 1816 UTC in English. SIO rating was 343, then down to 242. Information part was aired. ID was given at 1801 as 4KQ the best. Pop music and the country music program followed after that. Radio Republic Indonesia from Sorong, Indonesia was heard on 909 kHz on May 21st from 0954 to 1013 UTC in Indonesian. SIO rating was 252, then up to 343. Indonesian pop music and a commercial message were on the air. ID was given at 10:03. News Talk ZB from Wellington, New Zealand was received on 1035 kHz on May 27th from 1758 to 1816 UTC in English. SIO rating was 343, then down to 222. News Talk program was broadcast. ID was given at 1800 as This is News Talk ZB News. Radio Republic Indonesia from Manado, Indonesia was heard on 1188 kHz on May 21st from 0954 to 1013 UTC in Indonesian. SIO rating was 242. The programs aired were Indonesian pop music, gospel talk, and music. ID was given at 10:10. There are some more reports from other members. Radio New Zealand was received on 6170 kHz on May 25th at 1345 UTC. SIO rating was 353. Pop music was played. News was broadcast at 1400. This frequency was changed from 5995 kHz on May 20th. BBC Air Online was heard on 9890 kHz on June 5th from 2158 with interval signal to the sign-off at 2300 UTC in English. SIO rating was 353. World News was aired, followed by Newsroom at 2206, News at 2230, and World Business Report at 2232. Radio Kuwait was received on 15540 kHz on May 27th from the sign-on at 1759 to 1830 UTC in English. SIO rating was 353. It signed on with National Anthem, then Time Tone was heard. English program started at 1800. After Radio was heard on 15595 kHz on May 27th at 1545 UTC. SIO rating was 252. Talk program in Arabic was broadcast. It signed off at 1557, but signed on again at 1600 with French program, then English program at 1615, and signed off again at 1629. RAI Argentina to the world via WRMI, Florida, USA, was heard on 5850 kHz on June 7th from 0900 to 0959 UTC in Japanese. SIO rating was 353 and up to 453. Argentine over the world and Argentine tango music were aired. Finally, Japan Shokan Club will issue the QSO cards for the correct reports on our segment of Wavescan program. We are issuing QSO cards by email to the report sent by email. Our address for your email report is JSWC QSL at live.jp. I repeat, JSWC QSL at live.jp. We continue to issue the printed QSL card by the same system as before. Your report should be addressed to JSWC PO Box 44, Kamakura, which is KAMAKURA, Postal code 248-8691, Japan. $1 IOC or $2 for return postage will be appreciated. For this edition of the DX Report, we'd like to thank Mr. Yoshiaki Hayashi, Mr. Toshiki Wara, Mr. Iwo Nagatani, Mr. Tetsuya Toriumi, Mr. Chiaki Shimada, and Mr. Takashi Nishiguchi for sharing the information with us. Thank you for listening, and please join us for our next edition of the DX Report of Japan Showtime Club. I'm Yukiko Tsuji in Tokyo.
Thank you, Yukiko. As mentioned earlier in our program, the world's largest QSL is a 16-page booklet with QSL details and station history for the oldest medium-wave station in Venezuela. This 1933 booklet verifies station YVIDC with 5 kilowatts on 960 kilohertz and 200 watts on 6112 kilohertz and 11695 kilohertz. The entire booklet in both English and Spanish makes interesting reading. Black and white photographs show the mountaintop transmitter and the transmitter building, but also the antenna system, as well as the interior of the city studios. Ecuadorian Pasadena ends today's edition of Wavescan. Music from HCJB. And we want you to know that we thank you for listening to Wavescan, the international DX program from Adventist World Radio, researched and written in Indianapolis by Adrian Peterson. Next week on the program, the BBC Far Eastern Relay Station, Part 3, supplementary relay via NHK in Japan. We'll have more from the NASB meeting in Simi Valley, California, our Philippine DX report from Henry Magai, and our QSL of the week, the BBC Far Eastern Relay Station. Several QSL cards are available. Send your AWR and KSDA reception reports for Wavescan to the AWR address in Silver Spring, Maryland, that I'll give you in a moment, and also to the station your radio is tuned to, Voices of Africa, KVOH, WWCR, or WRMI, or to the AWR relay stations that carry Wavescan. Remember, too, you can send a reception report to the DX reporters when their segment is on the air here in the program. They will also verify with their own colorful QSL card. Return postage and an address label are always appreciated. The postal address for AWR QSL cards is Adventist World Radio, Box 10188, Silver Spring, Maryland, abbreviated MD, 20914, USA. That's Adventist World Radio, Box 10188, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20914, USA. The email address for AWR QSLs is qsl@awr.org. The email address for other correspondence to the program is wavescan@awr.org. I'm Jeff White at WRMI in Okeechobee, Florida. Till next week, good listening, everyone.
Hello, this is Andy Seneca, Hilda from the Netherlands. You're listening to WRMI, Radio Miami International, from transmitters in Okeechobee, Florida, in the USA, and online via www.wrmi.net. Send us your comments and reception reports to info@wrmi.net or by regular mail to WRMI, P.O. Box 526852, Miami, Florida 33152, USA.
is Ukrainian Radio.
In this half-an-hour broadcast of Radio Ukraine International, you will hear the news bulletin, Ukrainian Perspective, a program of news, reports and commentaries, and a story about Ukrainian Boris Gomera, the prominent Ukrainian opera singer presented by Irina Barazenko. First, the news read by WRMI. Pro-Russian separatists attacked Ukrainian army positions in Donbass 15 times in the past 24 hours. That was disclosed by the press service of the counter-terrorist operation.